Today, I want to talk to you about an amazing superfood liquid that regulates blood sugar and fights diabetes, enhances weight loss, and also aids in digestion and GI health. And that is based on good research and science, and it is coming right up. So, hey there, beautiful people. I did promise you that I'm going to talk to you about this amazing superfood liquid, and that is, and a lot of you guys have heard about this before, it's all over the internet, I know that, but it is apple cider. It's actually raw apple cider vinegar. So there are tons of claims about apple cider vinegar, anywhere from it curing skin conditions and dandruff and poison ivy, and even all the way to cancer. And I'm actually not going to talk about all that today because I really wanted to base everything that I was going to say on some research. Now, this is not a ton of research. Normally, natural modalities or natural healing methods don't have a lot of research behind them, and neither do these studies. But there is some studies on these benefits that I'm going to tell you about today, and I'm really excited to tell you. So this is not a fad, guys. This has been around. Apple cider vinegar has been around for healing and through healers for over 2,000 years. So it's not new. It's just being talked about more, and we're kind of rediscovering it. So that's a good thing. But let me just tell you what it is. What is it? Basically, it's when you crush apples, and it's not that you're going to make apple juice, which is something that you don't want to drink. But when you crush these apples, you actually ferment the sugars in the apples, and then you add alcohol to that, and you add bacteria, which creates these organic acids. And in apple cider vinegar, the most abundant acid in it is acetic acid, and there's a ton of health benefits for you with acetic acid. The first one that I want to mention is that it helps to regulate blood sugars and fight diabetes, like I said. And listen, guys, this is for all of us. This is not just for our pre-diabetics or diabetics, because there are so many of us that are really running around with elevated glucose and insulin, and we need to bring that down, even if we don't have or not presenting now with those blood sugar issues. So it's going to help every one of you. It actually decreases insulin resistance, and there are studies that show that apple cider vinegar, if consumed before a meal, actually helps with insulin sensitivity. And you want your cells to be sensitive to insulin, because that means that the insulin is not going to go towards fat storage. It's actually going to go to the cells where it belongs. And so you want your cells to be insulin sensitive, and it increases it by 34%. I thought that was pretty significant. But that doesn't mean that you can go and take off and go to the Waffle House and eat a big old stack of waffles and pancakes and fries and Coke and just have your apple cider vinegar ahead of time and everything's going to be hunky-dory, peachy-keen. No, it doesn't work that way, but it does help. Every meal will create an insulin response, and it helps to keep insulin down. And the second thing is that it may help with some weight loss. And some of that is because it lowers blood sugars and helps with insulin sensitivity. So that's one of the reasons. But the other reason is that it seems to help with satiety, which means that it keeps you feeling full and feeling full for a longer period of time. So you're going to feel better. You're going to feel more full. You're not going to get as hungry as often. So there's a small study out. It's not huge, but a small study that says that it actually helped people to eat, people who took apple cider vinegar ate about 300 calories less in a day than if they hadn't taken it. And the third thing is that, and this is one of the things I use it for all the time in my practice, all the time, almost every day, pretty much, is that it contributes to gut health. And especially with the raw kind, with the mother. Now, the most famous kind is the Bragg's. And so everybody kind of knows the Bragg's apple cider vinegar. but you can use any brand. It really doesn't matter. Yes, this is a reputable brand and it's everybody knows about it, but there are other brands as well. Sometimes I'll buy a Vitacost brand, or there's other brands that are good. But just remember, it needs to be raw organic with the mother, because that has the enzymes and the probiotics that are going to help you with your digestion. It's also going to help you with increasing HCl, which is hydrochloric acid. And those enzymes are going to help break down the foods that come into your system. So it just helps you. It increases the ability for you to digest and to absorb the nutrients from the digestion that is happening in your body. So that's a really, really good thing. So just remember that. It also, this kind of goes along with the whole GI thing. It helps to relieve the symptoms of acid reflux or GERD. Okay, so I talk a lot about GERD. I would say a good 30% of my patients are coming into my practice on something called a PPI, like a Nexium or a Prilosec. There are huge, huge problems. I'm not going to go into them in this video, but I'll probably do that in another video. A lot of times the reason we have acid reflux in about 80% of the cases is that we don't have enough stomach acid. And because that balance is disrupted, there is a problem with the sphincter. It's called the esophageal sphincter. It doesn't open and close properly because we don't have enough acid in our stomachs to regulate that. So this actually helps increase the acidity of our stomach, which is actually a really good thing. But just make sure that you talk to a health professional before you use it for that reason. The other thing is I just want to say again that you want to purchase it in the raw organic. The murkier it looks, the better. The clearer it looks, not so good. So regular, I guess, pasteurized or whatever apple cider vinegar is not the best one to get. And so you just want to make sure that it's unpasteurized, that it's natural, that it's murky and ugly. Okay, so you want your apple cider vinegar to be ugly, all right? And it's best to do it right before a meal. What I do is I do 1 to 2 tablespoons a day and I put it in my water. And I just drink it down. I don't even think about it anymore. If you want to just take it straight, undiluted, that's up to you. You can do it that way. I can't do it that way, but if you want, if you go for it, just go for it. But so thank you so much for watching this today. I hope that was helpful. Those are some of the benefits of apple cider vinegar that really have some research and some studies behind them. And I think that those are significant. Those are huge. And so if it didn't do anything else, guys, those would be a great reason to perhaps use apple cider vinegar every day. It's just something that you might want to consume every single day. So thank you so much for viewing today. Remember to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and like me on Lindy Ford Nutrition and Wellness on Facebook, as well as if you have a comment about apple cider vinegar, if you've been using it, let me know about that below. I'd love to hear your comments about it and maybe some of the ways it has helped you. And also, if you haven't subscribed already to our channel, please just join us here. I'm going to be posting every Tuesday and Friday, and just being really consistent with that in the new year. And I would really love to have you involved in this family here on YouTube. So just remember that you deserve the freedom to live your best life in optimal health. Thank you.